Those that frown are begging are the same people that offer donations in an emergency. You're welcome to another episode. Here we hope to finish section 1 of chapter 6 of the Holy Quran. We do that by going to sign 8. Let's go. وَقَالُوا لَوْلَا أُنزِلَ عَلَيْهِ مُلْكٌ وَقَالُوا لَوْلَا أُنزِلَ عَلَيْهِ مُلْكٌ. They say, why is not an angel sent down to him? To him who? Muhammad. SAW. وَلَوْ أَنزَلْنَا مُلْكًا لَكَدِيَ الْأَمْرُ ثُمَّ لَا يُنْزَرُونَ. If we did send down an angel, وَلَوْ لَا أَنزَلْنَا مُلْكًا, if we did send down an angel, the matter would have been settled. لَكُدِيَ الْأَمْرُ. The matter would have been settled at once. ثُمَّ لَا يُنْزَرُونَ. And no respite would be granted them. Note 841. No respite will be granted them. Note 841. Did you do 240? Yes, I think we did. The materials went to the actual physical. No. Okay, let's go back to 140. Pardon me. Let's go back to 140, and then we can come back. 140 to the previous sign. The materials want to see actual physical material things before them, but if such a thing came from an unusual source or expressed things they cannot understand, they give it some name like magic. Oh, I think we did it. Pardon me, viewers. You can find it. Okay, let's now go to 841 concerning respite. La yanzurun. We are told to compare chapter 2, sign 210. Full stop. An angel is heavenly being. An angel is a heavenly being, a manifestation of God's glory, invisible to men who live gross material lives. Full stop. Such men are given plenty of respite in which to turn in repentance to God and make themselves worthy of his light, God's light. Full stop. But if their prayer to see an angel were granted, it would do them no good, for they would be destroyed as darkness is destroyed by light. And that is note 841 to sign 8. Let's go to sign 9. وَلَوْ جَعَلْنَا مَلَكًا لَجَعَلْنَا رَجُلًا. If we had made it an angel, we would have made him as a man, rajulan. وَلَبَسْنَا عَلَيْهِ مَا يَلْبَسُونَ. And we should certainly have caused them confusion. Labasna, we should certainly have caused them confusion in a matter which they have already covered with confusion. Ma yalbasina. Ma yalbasuna. In a matter that they've already covered with confusion. There is a note to read 842. The next note is 842. That's to sign 9. Let's go there. What is it against confusion? Yelbasuna. The scoffers were mocked by the thing that they mocked. Huh? The scoffers were mocked by the things that they mocked. And all this is in double inverted commas. Then would would express epi would express epigrammatically part of the sense. Okay, what we did was in double inverted commas, and we are told that would express epigrammatically part of the sense, but not the whole. Comma. Oh, full stop. Hemmed in double inverted commas. In double inverted commas. Hemmed in implies that the logic of events turned the tables, comma, and as a man might be besieged and surrounded by an enemy in war and would be forced to surrender, so these mockers will find that their events would justify truth. That their events would, yes, justify truth, not them. Full stop. The mockers of Jesus, comma, and dash. Where where were they when Titus destroyed Jerusalem? Question mark. The mockers who drove out Muhammad from Mecca dash. What was their plight when Muhammad came back in triumph and they sued for mercy, comma, and dash, and he gave it to them? Question mark. No, and he gave it to them. Exclamation mark. Mm. According to the Latin proverb, great is truth and must prevail. This is a rare proverb, isn't it? Great is truth and must prevail. Prevail. We know of justice being truth and must prevail, but here, this is a saying of Latin, or not in the Quran. The commentator says it's a Latin proverb. Great is truth and must prevail. And that's note 843. No, no. I've done a note that I haven't gotten to. Oh my God. We are rather going to 842, covered with confusion. Oh my God, pardon me. My knees are down for you viewers. We are going to note 842. Supposing an angel could appear to their grosser senses, he could only do it in human form. Full stop. In that case, their present confused notions about spiritual life would be still more confounded. Full stop. They would say, we wanted to see an angel and we have only seen a man. And that's note 842 to sign 9. We are now going to sign 10. Incidentally, we've already done the note, but we shall still go back there. Walakat istazia walakat istazia birusulin min kablika. Mocked were many messengers before thee, min kablika. The word many is in brackets. Without the brackets, it reads, mocked were messengers before thee, min kablika. Fahaka billazina sahiru minhum ma kanu bihi yastahzi'una. But the scoffers were hemmed in, haka, were hemmed in by the thing that they mocked. Ma sahiru minhum. Uh, no, that. فحاك بالذين سخروا منهم ما كانوا يستهزئون. What they mock, sorry. What they mock. Sahiru is the scoffers, those who scoffed. Fahaka allazina kafaru, hemmed in were those who mock, who scoffed. Sahiru minhum makanu yastahzi'una, by the same things that they mocked. 843 now. Let's go there first. We've done it already. The scoffers were mocked by the things that they mocked. Would express epigrammatically part of the sense, but not the whole. Full stop. Hemmed in inverted commas, implies that the logic of events turned the table, and as a man might be besieged and surrounded by an enemy in war and would be forced to surrender, so these mockers will find that events would justify truth. Events would justify truth, not them. Full stop. The mockers of Jesus, brackets, dash, where were they when Titus destroyed Jerusalem? Question mark. The mockers who drove out Muhammad from Mecca, dash, what was their plight when Muhammad came back in triumph and they sued for mercy? And they sued for mercy, comma, and dash, and he gave it to them. Sign of exclamation. I forgot. I wanted to say sign of proclamation. Oh my God. Sign of exclamation. Okay. According to the Latin proverb, great is truth and must prevail. Yes, that's a comment. I made a comment about it that I haven't heard it before. And in any case, it's not from the Quran, but it's Latin. Great is truth and must prevail. And you know, those days, the Romans believed in power and superstitions and whatnot. So I have to emphasize again that it's not in the Quran. It's a Latin proverb. Okay, that's note 843 to sign 10. And that's the end of section 1. I think we have enough time to begin with section 2. Let's go there. Kul siru fil ardi thumma انظروا كيف كان عاقبة المكذبين. Say, travel through the earth, siru fil ardi, and see what was the end of those who rejected faith. وانظروا كيف كان عاقبة المكذبين. That's all for sign 11. No note. Let's go to sign 12. Kul liman ma fi samawati wal ardi. Kul lillahi. Say, to whom belongeth all that is in the heavens and on earth? Say to God, Kul lillahi. Kataba ala nafsihi arrahmatun. He, God, hath inscribed for himself mercy. But before then we have brackets. With the brackets it reads, he hath inscribed for himself the rule of mercy. The rule of is in brackets. Rahmatun or arahmatun. Liyajma annakum liyajma annakum ila yawmil qiyamati la riba fihi. No doubt about it. La riba fihi. That he will gather you, la ijma annakum, that he will gather you together for the day of judgment. لِيَجْمَعَنَّكُمْ إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. There's no doubt in that. It is La Riba Fihi can be found in the second chapter of the Quran, the first or the second. There's no doubt in it in the Quran. Here it's there it is. There is no doubt about it in the Quran. But here there is no doubt about judgment. Together of judgment, there is no doubt. La Riba Fihi. That he will gather you together for a day of judgment. There is no doubt whatsoever. Uh, It is they who have lost their own souls. ليوم القيامة لا ريب فيه الذين خسروا أنفسهم فهم لا يؤمنون. الذين خسروا أنفسهم فهم لا يؤمنون. It is they who have lost their own souls that will not believe. That have lost their own souls, that will not believe. So if you don't believe, you've lost your own soul in advance. And that's note 12. Let's go to that's sign 12. Let's go to the notes 844. And it's against what? Mercy. He has described for himself mercy. Rahmatun. Ar-Rahmatun. Mercy. History, travel, human experience all prove the mercy of God and the law that without it, those who reject truth tend to lose their own souls and destroy themselves. Indeed, travel, especially in the air and the waters, on the oceans, you're in a ship and the wind comes, then that's when you lift your arms up and pray to God, or pray silently in your heart, so that your ship will not capsize. They don't tell you when they land. The sort of fear they entertain when they are in the seas. Okay, and it's also in the air when the jet is moving, jacking around. You will know. People will start praying. Okay, to those their own souls reject truth, tend to lose their own souls and destroy themselves, and that's note 844 to sign 12. The second sign to section 2. Let's go to sign 13. له ما سكن في الليل والنهار. To him belongeth all that dwelleth, into brackets, or laketh, Lurketh. To him belongeth all that dwelleth, sakana, to dwell, dwelleth in the night and the day, في الليل والنهار وهو سميع عليم. وهو السميع العليم, or وهو السميع العليم. Day and night. For he, God, he refers to God. For he, God, is the one who heareth and knoweth all things. Sami'ul Alimun. Note 845 and 846. Notes 845 and 846. 845 is against dwelleth. The word dwelleth. And then in the daytime, and then 846 is against knowing all things. Let's go to 845. Sakan, or yaskunu, to live. Sakan equals 1 is again the mathematical sign. Sakan is explained in 3 steps. Step 1, sakan, to dwell. 2, to rest, to be still, in stop, to rest, to be still, to stop moving. Moving is in brackets. to rest, uh, to be still, to stop, to lurk. Mm, lurk. You're not stopping, you're not moving, maybe. I don't know. I think that is it. Okay. Then three, to be quiescent. To be quiescent. Quiescent is spelled Quiescent. To be quiescent as a letter which is not moved with a vowel. To be quiescent as a letter which is not moved with a vowel. Maybe viewers, you can express it. I don't know which letter is maybe T, or I don't know. Vowel is O, E, uh, uh, Kuwait. Let's say Kuwait. I think that's a letter which is not moved by a vowel. Pardon me if that's not the case. Mm. Okay, let's go to. No, we haven't finished 845 yet. With a vowel. Then paragraph. If we imagine night and day to be places, if we imagine night and day to be places, and each to have dwelling in them is in brackets, mm, and each to have without the brackets is reads, and each to have things that are open and things that are concealed, things that move and things that are still, things that are sounded and things that are quiescent, we get some idea of the imaginary, we get some idea of the imaginary implied. Full stop. Sorry, viewers, I break because I think I might be missing a line. Some idea of the imaginary implied. Full stop. The mystery of time, into brackets, which seems more abstract than space, brackets close. Without the brackets, it reads, the mystery of time is thus explained and illustrated by the idea of place or space, comma, which also is in motion and not a concrete thing, full stop. But he who has control of all these things is the one true God, Allahu Wahidan, or Allahu Wahidun, is the one true God. And that's the second note. No, that's still the first. We're going to the second note, which is 846 to sign 13, and it's against hearing and knowing all things, an attribute of God. mm, a very important attribute of God. 846. Throughout the section, we have a sort of implied dialogue, comma, of which one part is understood from the other part, which is expressed. Full stop. In verse 11, we might have an imaginary objector saying, why go back to the past? Question mark. And it is in the question, whole question is in inverted commas. Why go back to the past? Full stop. The answer is, well, travel through the world and see whether it is not true that virtue and godliness exalt a nation, and the opposite are causes of ruin. Full stop. Both the past and the present prove this. Inverted commas close. Mm. The inverted commas started with well, travel through the world, and then it ends at both past and present prove this. Inverted commas close. Full stop. Inverted commas close. Closed. If, sorry, in verse 12, the objector may say, but you speak of God's power. The speaker may say, but you speak of God's power? It's a question mark. But you speak of God's power, and it's in double inverted commas. Then the next sentence, the man of God implies colon. The man of God implies colon. and double inverted commas follows. Yes, but mercy is God's own attribute, and knowledge and wisdom belong and knowledge and wisdom beyond what man can conceive. Mm. So this is the reply of the man of God. Mm. Yes, but mercy is God's own attribute, and knowledge and wisdom beyond what man can conceive. As I sit now, I don't know a small boy will come and disturb me, knocking my door for sweets. I don't know before I started. When I started, he came. So pardon me if you heard some noise outside from a child. They are coming to ask me for sweets. Mm. Uh, beyond what man can conceive. Yes, that's where I was. Mm. And that's note 846, second note to sign third. Let's go to sign 14. Mm. Mm. Another question. Cool. أغير الله أتخذ وليا أغير الله أتخذ وليا فاطر السماوات والأرض is a question, another question. Say, shall I take for the protector any other than God, the maker of the heavens and the earth? So you see, when it came to English again, the place, the words are changed. Agerillahi. But here in English, it is other than God. Mm. It comes second. Mm. Father of Samawat wal Ardi, the maker of the heavens and the earth. Question. Mm. وهو يتئم وهو يتئم ولا يتأم وهو يتئم ولا يتأم. Mm. He feeds and he's not fed. That's God. He feeds everybody on the earth and beneath the air, in the sea, in the skies. He feeds all, but he is not fed. Wahua yet imo, wala yet amo. Mm. Feedeth, uh, and he is it that feedeth, but is not fed. There's a note to that. We'll finish it. We'll go there when we finish the whole verse. He it is that feedeth, but is not fed. Mm. Yet imo, wala yut amo. Kul am inni umurtu an akuna awalan min awalan man aslama. Awalan man aslama. Mm. Let me take it again. Kul inni umirtu an akuna awalan man aslama. Say, nay, in inverted commas, nay, but I am commanded, umirtu, I am commanded to be the first, anakuna awalan, to be the first of those who bow to God, into brackets, in Islam. Mm. Awalan man aslamu, who bow to God, into brackets, in Islam. Wala yakunanna min al-mushrikina. Wala yakunanna min al-mushrikina. And be not thou of the company of those who join gods with Allah, God of the universe. Inverted commas close. So this is what the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is told to tell the mushriks, those idol worshippers. Mm. Okay, 847 is the note, and it means he feeds and he's not fed. 847. Mm. Uh, Feedeth, but it's not fed. And this all in italics. Mm. Then we have semicolon. True, true, both literally and figuratively. So feeding, maybe through the mouth, or otherwise, figuratively. You can feed somebody with knowledge, with wisdom, and whatnot. So both literally and figuratively. To God, we owe the satisfaction of all needs, mm, but He is independent of all needs. But He is independent of all needs. And that's note 847 to sign 14. Let's go to the next sign. Another instruction to the prophet. Kul inni ahafu an asaitu Rabbi azaban yomil azim. Say, I would, if I disobeyed my God, in asatu Rabbi, if I obeyed my Lord, indeed have fear of chastisement. Ahafu then comes. Ahafu, indeed have fear of chastisement. Rabbi azabun yomil azim. Uh, of a mighty day, Yomil Azim, disobeyed my Lord, indeed have fear of the chastisement, of a mighty day. Azab Yomil Azim. Note 8, no, there's no note to it. No note to it. So let's go straight to sign 16. Sign 16. Man yusraf anhu yoma izin fakat rahmatuhu. Man yusraf anhu yoma izin fakat rahmat rah sorry fakat rahimahu, not rahmatuhu, fakat rahimahu. On that day, if the penalty is averted from any, it is due to God's mercy. God is not mentioned here. It's just it's due to His mercy. To His mercy is due to His mercy. Fakat rahmahu. Wazalika fawza mubin. Wazalika al-fawzu al-mubin. And that would be mighty triumph. Mighty al-azim, fawza, triumph. So fawza here means triumph. Fawzia, maybe triumph or maybe reward. Okay. 848 is the note. Yes, it's one note. 848. We did 847. 848 is the note to sign 16. And it's against what? Mighty triumph. Fawzi Azim. 848. We continue the implied dialogue suggested in note 846. Full stop. In verse 14, the objector might say, but we have other interests in life than religion and God, all in double inverted commas. Then here, an answer in double inverted commas again. No, says the man of God. So this is supposed to be a dialogue between one who doubts and man of faith or man of God. The man of God would say, no, says the man of God. Then, again in double inverted commas, the Creator is the one and only power whose protection I seek, and I strive to be first in the race. Awalan, man aslama, to be the first in the race, all in inverted commas, said by the man of God, man who believes in God. Okay, full stop. In verse 15, the objector suggests, enjoy the good things of this life. It is short. That's put in by the objector or the one who doubts. And so it's in double inverted commas. And let's see the answer. The answer is colon. Again, then double inverted commas follows. That's the answer of the believer. The hereafter is more real to me and promises the truth. No, and promises the true fulfillment of all desire. Let me take it again. Mm. The hereafter is more real to me and promises the true fulfillment of all desire. Semicolon. Happiness or affliction comes not from the fleeting pertinences, pertinences or illusions of this life. Mm. Uh, of this life, but from the power and wisdom of God. Full stop, inverted commas closed. Mm. In verse 19, oh God, the commentator wants to explain everything fully for us. We salute him. Mm. Then, in verse 19, the objector makes this final splash, colon. What evidence is there for all this? Mm. These things are happening really, even today. People are asking such questions. Viewers, take note. Mhm. So these things have been foreseen already, centuries back, maybe 14, 15 centuries back. Uh, uh, what evidence is there for all this? The reply from the believer is, mm, I know it, I know it is true, for God's voice is within me. And any living teacher awakens that voice. And there is the book of inspiration. Full stop. God is one, and there is none other besides. And there's none other besides. Though all in double inverted commas, said by the believer. And how will the unbeliever believe? How will the one who does believe? If you just tell him, uh, if you just tell him, I know it is true, for God's voice is within me. Today's believer will ask you, where is the voice? you know, so these are the things. Mm. Difficult. So it's very difficult for a believer and an unbeliever to dialogue. Very, very difficult. Uh, God is one, and there is none other besides. And that's the end. That's the end of the argument of the believer. And that's note 848 to sign 16. Let's go to sign 17. وإن يمسسك الله بالضر فلا كاشف له فما كاشف له إلا. Let's stop there. وإن يمسسك الله بالضر فلا كاشف له. If God touch thee with affliction during Yamsaska touch thee, none can remove it. None can remove it. La kashifa lahu. None can remove it but he. Illa huwa. If you are touched with affliction, nobody can remove that affliction except God. Look at the waters that are engulfing, that have engulfed the whole of Mexico. Who can get rid of that affliction except God? And I would say they should go down their knees and pray to God. In fact, the whole world. Nobody. The helicopters are overwhelmed. Fire service overwhelmed. All 8 agencies overwhelmed. Allahu Akbar. Only God, except God. Illa huwa. Wa in yamsaska bi khairin fahuwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. If he touch thee with happiness, hearing here is interpreted as happiness. He hath no power. He hath power over all things. If he touches thee with happiness, he hath power over all things. I've already been warned, and I have just 4 signs to go. Anyway, let's go to the note 849. If I am cut off abruptly, so viewers, you must understand. If I'm cut off abruptly, we might have to continue in the next video. 849 is the sign and it's against power over all things. Who are Kadirun? Who are, yes, Kadirun. 849. The vulgar worship, the vulgar, VULGAL, GAR, VULGA, the vulgar worship false gods out of fear that they would harm them or hope that they would confer some benefit on them. Full stop. These false gods can do neither. These false gods can do neither. They can neither harm them nor help them. Full stop. All power, all goodness in the hands of God. All power, all goodness in the hands of God. Full stop. All else is pretense or illusion. And that's 849. Let's go quickly to note 849 to sign 17. Let's go quickly to sign 18. Huwa al-kahiru Foka ibadahi, huwa al-kahir, foka ibadahi. He is irresistible, supreme over his servants. Foka ibadahi, al-kahir, irresistibly supreme. Wa huwa al-hakimu al-habiru. He is the wise Hakim, acquainted with all things. No to read. Let's go straight to 19. Kul ayu shay'in akbaru shahadatin. Ayu shay'in akbaru shahadatin. Say, what thing is most weighty in evidence? Shahadatu. Akbaru here is interpreted as weighty. Kul Allahu. Say, God is witness between me and you. Kul Allah shahidun bainani wa bainakum. Kul, God is witness between me and you. Bainani wa bainakum. Bainakum. Wa uhiya ilayya hadha al-Qur'an. هذا القرآن لأنذركم به between me and you. God is witness between me and you. Semicolon. This Quran had been revealed to me by inspiration. Uhiya ilayya هذا القرآن. Where is it again? Uhiya ilayya هذا القرآن. And لينذركم به to warn you by inspiration, that I may warn you, لينذر به, and all whom it reaches, waman balaga, and all that this Quran reaches, and all whom it reaches. So this Quran is there to warn you, and then all those whom this Quran reaches, including me and you, the viewer. It's a warning to all of us. أَإِنَّكُمْ لَتَشْهَدُونَ وَأَإِنَّكُمْ لَتَشْهِدُونَ أَن مَعَ اللَّهِ آلِهَةً أخرى. Sorry for bad reading. Let me take it again. إنكم لتشهدون أن مع الله آلهة أخرى. Can ye possibly bear witness that besides God there are other gods? Alihatan ukhra, there are other gods. Say, Kul La ashadu. Say, La ashadu. Say, Nay, I cannot bear witness. Say, Nay, I cannot bear witness. La ashadu. Kul inama huwa illahu wahidan. Say, but in truth, He is the one God, Allahu wahidan. Wa anani bariyun. Wa inani bariyun mimma tashrikun. I absolve myself, or I free myself from your practice of idolatry. He is one God, and I truly am innocent. Yes, Bariyun, I truly am innocent of your blasphemy of joining others with him. So Muhammad is told Muhammad is told to tell the unbelievers, I I truly am innocent of your blasphemy or your blasphemy of is in brackets without it reads, and I truly am innocent of joining others with God. And that's note sign 19. Let's go first to sign 20, which happens to be the last sign. Allazina aitainahum alkitaba yarfunahu kama yarfuna aba'ahum. Those to whom we have given the book know this as they know their own children. They know the truth. Which book? Torah. And which people? Jewish people. As they know their children, our children, aba'ahum. Allazina hasiru anfusahum fahuwa la yu'minun. As they know their sons, no, not their parents, as they know their son, aba'ahum. No, ibna'ahum, sorry. I read it at aba'ahum and not, I read it as aba'ahum. It's not aba'ahum, but ibna'ahum. So they know it as well as they know their children. Pardon me, viewers. Allazina hasaru anfusahum fahuwa la yu'minun. Those who have lost their own souls, hasaru anfusahum, refuse therefore to believe. Fahuwa la yu'minun. Let's try and see if we can do the commentary. If we don't, we will do it in the next video. Where were we? We continue. Yeah, okay. 49, we've done 49. Let's go to sign 50. And sign 50 is to sign 20, is to, sorry, note 50. Note 850. Note 850 is to sign 20. I think we'll finish it. And what is it? Know this as they know their children. Ibna'ahum. Ya'lamu kama ya'lamu ibna'ahum. 50. No, we didn't. Yes, 50. 50. Compare chapter 2, sign 147 and note 151. Viewers, you can do that in your leisure time. Time is against us. Full stop. In both passages, the pronoun translated this may mean him, in inverted commas, he may mean him and refer to Muhammad, the messenger of God, as some commentators think. Beautiful. We've finished the section 2 of chapter 6. So that was an arm of the Holy Quran. Thank you very much. Ilalaka, Baba, Uriba. And I salute those responsible because they haven't cut me off. Thank you very much. Ilalaka, Baba, Uriba. May God be with you all till we meet again in our next section, which is section 3, and it begins with sign 21.